Guys, in this video I'll show you how to change the front brake pads on a Subaru Liberty 2012. I made another video about the rear brakes, and so if you want the rear brakes change, watch that video. For the front ones I bought Bendix brake pads. They're pretty good. They're one of the best quality here in Australia. For the front one, the product code would be DV1491. And for the rear ones that I have just changed, like I said, that's in another video, that is DB1803. So that's the part number for Subaru Liberty 2012. So we're going to change front ones in this video. So the process would be similar in both left and the right wheel. With the rear ones it is a little bit tricky because the wheels are straight, but with front ones we can actually turn around the wheel to make things a little bit easier for us. So at the moment I've got my jack ready there, so I'm gonna jack the car up, remove the wheel, and I'll show you what to do next. So we got the wheel taken off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go start the car and turn the wheel to the right so the caliper is facing us. That way we'll have a better view. Alright, so if you can see it here, I've turned the wheel to the right on the steering wheel. So now all we got to do is we got to take this one bolt off at the end. It's the pin for the piston. All it needs is a little turn and it should come right off. Yeah, and once that is off, all we have to do is lift up the caliper and make sure that it stays there. And to do that, what I'm going to use, a good old rubber band, put it there, and turns out this caliper is quite heavy even for this rubber band, so I'm going to use another one. Okay, I've got two rubber bands there now and they're holding it quite well. Yep, so this is our brake pads that we're gonna have to remove. So that's the first one there, and that's the second one coming out. Sweet. As you can see, there's barely anything left on them, and I'll compare it with the Bendix ones. As you can see, I've got a set of front two. So these are the Bendix ones. They're supposed to help with lower noise and less brake dust, and these ones are pretty much done. So before I do that, I'm also going to clean these clips, because these are supposed to be very clean. If you're getting noise, it could be from them, because see how they got brake dust built up in there. I'm gonna get a wire brush, give them a good clean, and give the bottom one a good clean, and then give the caliper itself a clean, and clean it with the brake dust, and see how shiny it gets. Alright guys, I've cleaned all of these things, so you can see they look much more cleaner, much more shinier. This is the wear and tear, so that won't clean, but they are quite clean now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a bit of brake cleaner, give it a good old rinse. Look at all the gunk coming out. And I'm also gonna give these a rinse, so I'm gonna have to hold them in my hand, so I'm gonna pause the video again. Okay, so I'll put the clips back in, and basically actually you pull them out, you pull this bit out, and from the back end you pull the same bit out, and it should just pop right out, and push it back in. Just put it there and push it back in until you hear the click, and it's back in. And now we're gonna put the brake pads on. I'm also gonna give brake pads a bit of spray, so if in case they have any oil or anything on top, that would be evaporated. And the one with the pin will go at the back. See that pin? That pin there, so that's the wear indicator pin, and that one should go at the back. And to put it back in, you just put it there and push it in, and it should clip right back in. There we go. So that's the back one, and this would be the front one. All right, we got both brake pads in now. Now we got to push these pistons back in. So to push the pistons back in, we need a C-clamp. So here I've got a C-clamp. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab your old brake pad. You're gonna put it here, and you put the C-clamp on top and tighten the C-clamp, and that would push these pistons right back in. Now for that one I definitely need two hands, so I'm gonna put the camera away for a second again now. So if you see guys, this is a setup. So you put your brake pad in the middle there, and you put it across, and then we're gonna tighten it so until the pistons go right back in. Okay, so pistons are right back in. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove these rubber bands and put the piston back, not the caliper back on. So that's back in. We got the pin here, and we are just going to screw it back on. Get your ratchet and tighten the sucker up. That's it. So that's your brake pads changed. Now all you gotta do is put your wheel back on, lower the car, and you're good to go. The one thing I would want to tell you is, like, when you change your both brake pads and you start your car again, what's gonna happen is you're gonna feel like your brake is really light, like there's no pressure in it. And so what you want to do is you want to start the car. Don't start driving straight away because you won't have brakes. So pump the brake with your foot a few times until you feel it really tighten up, and once it's tightened up, then you should be fine. So yeah, I don't think there's much for you to see here at the moment. So all I'm gonna do is just put the wheel back on, and this is how you change the brake pads, front brake pads on a Subaru Liberty 2012. See ya guys, I'm really tired. I still gotta do one more wheel, so see ya.